That's amazing.
Thank you. That's amazing.
Amazing.
I honestly.
Can we get sued for stealing his catchphrase?
Yes.
I hope not.
Wait,
Okay.
is he trademark? Oh, that'd be great if he trademarked. Amazing.
I hope he does.
Oh, that'd be great.
He's such a beta. He probably would.
Yeah. I think one of the most interesting things, like, I don't know with Jesse whether or not you should go in, like, with Jake, when I was watching you guys thing, Jake treated him 90% of the time pretty serious. Like, he was addressing him pretty seriously, and it was like, alright, Jesse, let's go over this point by point. But I feel like that's just like, no, just take it to the whole next level. Just start just going down rabbit holes that you thought never possible. Don't necessarily hold him to too much, and just go nuts with it. Like,
well, I completely see where you're coming from. That, and I think that's what we tried to do. We tried to be that person in the debate, because to a certain degree, you still want to have sort of the person there that is the opposite of what that person thinks is correct, right? So Jake would be, and when you have somebody like, there were a couple of times where he made some comments that I was just like, whoa, like the calling, oh man, who's he talking about? Eric, when he called Eric Garner,
and the guy that got choked.
Yeah,
out.
Called him a fat pig. I'm glad that fat choked out.
A weight, he would have survived. That's when the moment of cringe was like, okay.
Yeah. Or that homosexuals are homosexual. They journeyed away from their father and a mother.
Women shouldn't be in positions of leadership.
Yeah. Now, I think that what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually send it out today. I'm inviting Jesse back for a more personal interview, not with a debate with anybody, but just with him to kind of dive into. He alluded to a little bit about, which is I thought was fascinating. He alluded to a story about his grandfather or great grandfather on a plantation, and they wanted his great grandfather to fire someone. His great grandfather refused, and they wound up killing his great grandfather for not doing it, for standing up to them. There are a lot of stories, I think, that maybe happened to him that kind of is responsible for shaping Jesse Lee Peterson for who he is today. And I think it would be interesting to kind of go through and dive into those. I don't know if he'd be willing to do that, but I asked nonetheless. And so I'm hoping that he takes me up on that, because it would be, I'm just fascinated, like whether he really believes that stuff, or this is a exaggerated act that he has. Either way, I think it's brilliant. He's either the most racist African American person I've ever met in my life against black people, or he is the greatest method actor, and he deserves an Academy Award. So
I believe he actually believes what he believes. I believe he is racist. I mean, I know people that I definitely will say don't believe their own shtick. Alex Jones, not for the life of him, right? He's a character actor, clearly, but I mean, Jesse Lee would have to be one of the most brilliant actors of all time to pull that off the way he does, because it's what you expect from just an older, codgely kind of old dude that just not quite maybe there in some ways, and has had a hell of a life. And then probably in any other circumstances, you would love to sit down in a comfy reclining chair with him, with a fireplace, have a cognac and a cigar, and talk about what happened back in the 60s. Right? That'd be awesome with him, I think.
No, I honestly, I'm really interested about his team, especially. Because I'm just going to go off the assumption that everything he's saying is true, because just, Jesus, how he says it, you just assume it. But I want to know if his team genuinely is, like, supporting of him, or they get it. They get he is just a complete and utter shit show. And
that's a hard question. I don't know.
Yeah, that's a difficult question to answer. I know that the people that I interacted with are really young guys. Like they're around my age.
Very nice, though. Very pleasant to work with.
Yeah, they're very nice.
Very personable.
I think that if he is genuine in a lot of the things that he believes, you'd almost have to expect that they do to a certain degree, or at least they put on the front that they do, while they're there. I don't know. That's, like I said, that'd be very difficult to kind of suss out. But I think it would be worth biting your tongue in a lot of cases just to be able to watch that every single day on a daily basis. I watched him this morning. He was talking about. I think he was talking about he's hung up on the mother issue, like forgiving your mother, and he was talking to a guy that's part of the Bond philanthropy that he does, and the guy was saying that he went up in front of the congregation at church and took Jesse's advice and forgave his mother for all the spankings that she gave him when he was and he was like, "Oh, that's amazing." He was just tickled to death. So I mean, like I said, you can't help but watch. I mean, even if you hate Jesse Lee Peterson, you're gonna watch the things that he does. There are several people on YouTube I can't stand, but I still watch because you want to know, like, what the people that you kind of have adversarial feelings towards are saying.
I can't do that any longer. There's certain people that I won't watch. I have no desire to. I don't care what they're saying, adversarial or not. They can say whatever the hell they want. I don't care. I don't want to watch them. I don't want to hear their voice. The fact that we resurrected BK, Brett Keane, for a little while was enough. Just to almost put me over the edge. Just to hear his voice again was enough to put me over the edge. I don't want to hear that.
I've been here since the beginning.
Oh, God. I mean, it's just triggering at this point, right? And so, yeah, I'm fine with just letting them do their thing. And if other people want to listen to them, I got no issue with that. But I'm not going to go out of my way to listen to Brett Keane with this whole, like, 12 people watching and stuff like that. He's just of insignificance. I don't want to, like, give him any more credence because he's not worth anything. I think that shouldn't be on the internet. And shouldn't have a following. Him and a few just will never go away. They're like herpes. Once they're there, you're done.